Okay, so now let's go into progressions. We're going to talk about chords and how they go to make up the music that you and I hear. So let's get started. Okay, so for this last segment, we're going to start talking about progressions. Now, the reason why we've been going through all these chords is because when we get to music and learning music, these chords happen in different combinations, which go to make up the progressions that you and I hear. Now, I'm going to give you one formula that really jumpstarts your understanding of how chords progress. And here's what I'm going to do. As we look at this scale, we take this C major scale, and for each note of the scale, we have a chord attached to it. What we're going to start doing is calling these chords by their numbers. So we'll say, since this C chord is the first chord in the scale, we'll call it the 1 chord. We'll call this D chord the 2 chord, the E minor chord the 3 chord, the F major 7 chord the 4 chord, the G dominant 7th chord the 5 chord, the A minor 7th chord is the 6th chord, the B half diminished 7th chord is your 7th chord, and we're back to our C major 7, which is your 1 chord again. So we have the 1 chord, 2 chord, 3 chord, 4 chord, 5 chord, 6 chord, 7 chord, and back to the 1 chord. As we start to walk through music, you'll notice that these chords happen in different combinations, which go to make up our progressions. Okay, so here's the formula. As far as progressions, we have some common movements of these chords that go to make up the songs that you and I hear. Now, here are the common movements. The 1 chord, and before I go into this, we call these chord tendencies, which means that a lot of times these chords move in this direction. There'll be exceptions to this rule, but that just depends on how complex the music is. But for the most part, you'll see the chords move in this fashion. When you hear a 1 chord, the 1 chord a lot of times goes to the 4 chord. And I'm quite sure as soon as I play that, you heard at least one song that you know. Or and even if you didn't hear a song, you start to hear music. You start to hear some examples of things that you hear in real music. So remember these formulas and write them down. The 1 chord goes to the 4 chord. The 2 chord goes to the 5 chord. The 3 chord goes to the 6 chord. The 4 chord, a lot of times will go to the 5 chord. The 5 chord goes to the 1 chord. The 6 chord goes to the 2 chord. And the 7th chord goes to the 3 chord.